Hello, chat. Am I late? No, of course not. I'm never late. A streamer starts precisely when he means to. And sometimes we mean to start just a few minutes after we were planning on starting. Hi, Witchy.
Hey Jay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome.
It's time. It's time for more of this shit.
Woohoo! Back to cowboy.
Yeah, we're starting. Oh, trial ladder. We didn't even finish the trial on the day that we ended the stream last time.
Long, interesting stream.
This case is gonna take fucking forever.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay. Well, let's just get started. Where is it now?
Objection, holding.
Hello? There we go. Okay. Let's continue episode 5. Oh, right,
Oh, Emma,
hey,
hello, baby.
Emma.
I'm so not ready
Yes.
to take over you again.
I remember your name.
Eh, Mr. Wright,
Huh? What?
are trials always like this with you?
Yes.
You this lied once. Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake, about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to Judge Chambers.
Huh. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner!
No. Hello!
This fucking guy.
Hello, Marshall!
They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was young, at least.
Officer Marshall!
That's actually not true. It's actually the movement of the cape that angers the bull, not the color. Most bulls actually can't distinct color very well.
True.
Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down, tightened, and a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there, anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thingy didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all?
Huh?
I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. Saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? The photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
Oh shit. So, Miss Star wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
I'd tell you, but it changed the age rating of this game.
Holy
It's steak sauce, I could hook you up with some fine ribs. Hooey! Wow, this guy is...
Yeah?
This is...
Yeah?
Now, Witchy, I don't know if you've ever been to America, but this is actually what most people are like. This is actually
I've
the
never
average
been there.
American 20-something male.
I'll keep it in mind.
Hi, Edgeworth. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, and you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinded teeth, those watery eyes. How the hell are you still so handsome? What's more, your eyes are unfocused, you're doubled over, your back is bent, plus your skin's looking kinda dry. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me. Knock knock. Eh? Who's there? Who's this fucking guy?
What?
What's with this guy? Strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
The temperature rose 5.7 degrees and that man came in.
What the fuck? Is he radiating heat? Who on earth is he?
Oh, look at these teeth.
He's got a cross on his neck. Nah, it's you!
Does? Oh, yeah.
So then we're gonna
Oh,
say who he is?
police. He's from police department.
I guess? Oh! Oh! Hey, sorry I'm late, Hoodie. The roads were packed. It's just me. The dog time no see, eh, Hoodie? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello! No, I've been so busy. Busy? Busy smizzy, Hoodie, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed.
Actually, seems to be his nickname for judge.
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid.
Hey!
Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about that little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we ought to go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. Wright! You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district!
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh, shit.
This is gonna be a long, long trial.
Name's Gant. David Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? It's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's...
His sister's muffler.
So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. Yeah, but to think that it's stuffed to that exhaust pipe. On Little Worthy's car, no less.
Little Worthy, oh.
Such an asshole.
Oh. Uh-oh.
It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. Hey, what's this? That's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Hey, now wait a minute, Worthy. I've got no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait.
Oh.
Why didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, is there, Miles Edgeworth?
Uh-oh.
That's not fair! On the day of the crime, I had... You're head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Oh, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
Just hurry up and open it!
You're all cowards. It's a fucking... Again, I'm not doing any of this. I'm not touching my keyboard. The game's just doing this on its own. Alright, so I think you gotta hold it...
analysis.
It's got SL92 written on it.
Oh.
There's like a weird stain or something here. Fingerprints
Isn't
or
it-
something.
Oh. I thought it was upside down. Okay. There's a small tag on this knife.
Seems to say SL92.
What does it mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
What? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this. Somehow.
This is evidence from a different case. The SL9 is how the police mark... The letters and the numbers is how the police mark the, like, cases. Like the DL6 incident that we used to take down Von Karma. So this is evidence for a different case. Anyway, let's open this up. So we gotta just maneuver it a little. Just like that. And then we hit this button. Ah, it moves it away. I'm the one who's scared!
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
This dark red stain. Blood? No, strawberry jam, Phoenix. What the fuck do you think it is?
It's ketchup.
Of course
Jane.
it's
Ketchup.
blood! Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found in the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Oh, it is for this. Oh, no, it isn't. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but can I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife? Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. This guy's jolly. I don't like it. He gives me dangerous vibes. This knife is special. No, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Oh, fuck. Why is my computer being this way? Oh, that was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? Oh, what a mess. Time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
You're in a courtroom, you have to...
Yeah, you are giving testimony. Although there is sort of like a...
Oh, the
Hold
music
on.
is kicking in.
I lost my old man voice. Fuck.
Police department, a detective?
That was fantastic, Wishy, thank you. That's hush information, Edgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! Yeah, anyway, we at the department are all flustered, as you might as well assume. Now we're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? Two detectives killed at the same time in two different places.
The chances of that they're really slim, scientifically speaking, of course.
Emma, if you're ever in another Ace Attorney game, I hope your scientist bit gets a lot less grating, because it's not very
Wright.
good right now.
Fuck off, Mr. Wright.
I'd like to... Oh god, no, not Phoenix. Sorry, Your Honor, how'd you like my impression of you? That's ridiculous, I sound nothing like that! I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questioning focused on the case at hand. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna be difficult.
Let's see, what do we have for... What do we have for that?
Prove the connection between this
Goodman's ID. Murder weapon. Parking. Arthur Goodman.
Do you have any idea how can this be connected, Jake?
Wait a minute. 6-75. That doesn't look right. Look at that. The 5's fucked up.
Wait, it's upside down.
It's SL9 up. Witchy, hold on, I'm like getting out of my chair and flip my hood. It is! It's SL9 upside down. Oh god, that made me a little woozy.
Oh.
Wait a second. Aha, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. Hey, what do you mean? An honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Aji? Oh, this is great. Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL9 too. Dad, this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6-7S12-2? Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside! The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get?
Dun dun dun!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. SL9! It's the same thing that was written on this nice tag! Order! Order! Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This is real life, not a video game. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, you see. What a mess. I want to press that. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Aji? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto? I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Ah, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
Oh, great.
Where was the other victim? Right? Because we know when they were killed. It was at the same time as the other detective, and they were killed at the police department.
How the victim was killed?
But,
I remember from the starting scene that both victims were killed with a knife. If I'm not mistaken.
I almost want to say where the victim was found, because what if they're connected?
Can we save the game before that?
Yes, let's do that. I think we might double back and do yours, because that sounds a lot smarter. But where was the victim found? So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. So, so you didn't find the body in the evidence room at the police department? Because I feel like the body would be where the murder took place unless it got moved.
Unless someone tried to hide the body?
Wait a second. I have heard of that.
The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
He did. This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases.
You so happy, Mr. Wright?
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. We press that, right? Because he didn't give us anything to present.
Yeah.
Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, righto. What's your connection? Maybe I'll give this guy an Irish accent, see if that makes him more interesting. Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place, mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on this knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed! There seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence.
Someone trying to steal the evidence?
And then murder someone with it?
Oh.
Oh, you two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to figure out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially?
Oh.
Phoenix, that's illegal! You can't just do that shit! This isn't Detective Gumshoe. He's not gonna leak the information by accident.
Detective Gumshoe has a bad influence on Phoenix.
Yeah, sure, why not? That's unofficial after all. What, really?
Really?
That fucking worked?
What would have suggested?
My favorite Ace Attorney bits are when Phoenix tries some shit and then it works. No, I'll cooperate. Oh, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Alright, then I guess let's press that.
This is the Irish accent you were talking about?
Yeah. You're gonna tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, in case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's ID number. Because that's probably the best way to narrow down who the guy was. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Huh? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. Well, we keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... Go quiet. 584-2189. Wait a fucking second. It was Goodman. Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Then what fucking body did they find in the parking garage?
Huh.
Because Goodman, that's Goodman's ID number. Wow, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
Unless...
2? I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right.
You know, it made me think, maybe it's not Goodman's ID, maybe it's someone else's ID. Like, the photo maybe...
But it was sitting in his wallet. It might not be Goodman's ID, but for what we know now, the detective that Gant just said was murdered, that Gant just said was murdered in the evidence room, had Goodman's ID card or was Goodman.
My guesses are stupid, I'm sorry.
No, that's... I mean, it could totally... there might just be, like, a sticker or something. That could be a fake ID.
Uh-huh.
Could you imagine getting a fake ID to get into, like, a police evidence room? Get that...
I certainly can.
Get at that confiscated booze.
I certainly can.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? 19 number of the victim at the police department. 854-2189. This tells me something. This tells me nothing. It does tell me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. What does this mean? What does it mean? There were 2 Goodmans.
They are twins.
Your Honor, I propose that Goodman cloned himself. His original form, Goodman, and his evil twin, Badman. This is the ID number of this detective who was murdered at the police department. Tells you something. What does it tell you?
Tell us, Jay.
Witness? Are you going to say something, right? I'm building tension, Edgeworth. I'm a fucking performer. You're a lawyer. Right, is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. Sorry, I made extended eye contact with Edgeworth and he didn't look away, so I'm in a good mood now. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Oh, you sassy bitch, I love you. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do.
We will go a review.
The police department prosecutor's office, 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh-ho! Is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? How is the judge have not been, like, forced into retirement for being senile? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Oh, shame on you, Righto. Personal IDs are top secret! Detective Goodman's ID number is 584-2189.
This person is dead, so his ID is not a secret anymore.
Yeah. You see, Chief, finders keepers. And? This means what exactly? Huh?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the Chief earlier. That started with 82? I've forgotten. Didn't even get the first number right. Again! He made the same mistake. The number the Chief of Police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh! Sharp as a tack, Righto. Sharp as a tack. Anyway, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location. Yes.
Oh my god.
Order! Chief, what does this mean? No. What I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now just wait a second, Worthy. Oh, no need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where we heard that name before?
Oh god, was that fucking dweeb from before?
The goofy policeman!
Shit.
Wait, aha!
This
Meekins, sir! Officer Meekins!
This fucking beta. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth, we're on the premises. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Don't mean him.
Uh-oh.
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. The officer, he told me that the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right at the top of the report. Well, why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. It didn't seem...
Emma, you can't call people that!
Sure I can, Mr.
Emma,
Wright!
that's not okay!
Scientifically speaking, he didn't seem challenged!
I mean, she's not wrong, and I'm ADHD. I'm allowed to call people out on that shit. In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. Sir! You could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then that fucking try me bitch stare. Oh, this guy's got sass. Oh, no such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now what was the second rule of evidence law,
Well, Mr. Wright...
I don't know, I fucking cheated on the bar exam, apparently. Huh? Sorry, I spaced out. What's going on, Emma? Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
You finally told us the second rule of
Yeah.
evidence.
And we're 2 days into the last case of the fucking game. And how is this relevant? Well, normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Our connection was just proven by Wright over there. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job.
Oh.
No. Oh! It's like the first positive reinforcement Phoenix has received since Mia died. It seems we've come to the end of this trial. We have? I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. Yes, I remember that. I was there. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened if it's the last thing I do. Hey, you'd better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I mean, holy shit, Edgeworth, you really fucking dropped the ball. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, I hope for your sake it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. I mean, Jesus. That fucking Edgeworth guy, I thought he was cool for a while, but fuck, way to blow it, man. I mean, holy shit. First your dad dies, and then your mentor's a piece of shit, and then you blow this case. I mean, that guy sucks.
Do DDJ, Joe. DDJ, Cloud. Dead jokes.
Phoenix can't join. We never know his parent. We never met his parents.
Oh. What's
Alright.
wrong with the parents in this universe of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney?
I don't know. Gregory Edgeworth was apparently a nice dude. He just got shot in an elevator.
And Misty Faye was called as fraud.
Oh yeah.
Poor
Well,
Mia,
that
poor Maya.
wasn't really Misty Faye's fault. That was pretty heavily on Von Karma, I think.
Yeah.
If memory serves. I don't remember the details of that case.
Fucking dick. Mr. Wright, so what's going on? What's going on with the case anyway?
I'm not entirely sure anymore.
I'm a little confused. So am I, Emma. So am I, baby.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on?
No one knows what's going on.
The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part?
Emma, you were at the trial! You saw us figure that shit out!
The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Alright, I like this portrait. She looks kinda cute with the glasses down.
Uh-huh.
Jotting in the journal.
She looks kinda nerdy.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're gonna find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
She's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's gonna be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Again, I was thinking that to myself. How are you responding? Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right?
Oh.
We're in this together. I will prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show.
Yeah, but the colored lenses, those probably don't help.
Let's go. Science awaits us.
Actually, a murder trial.
I say science. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder.
This murder is the one that your sister has been accused of.
Yeah, come on. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yes, there was!
I'm lack of words. I just can't.
Oh god. Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
Your sister disagrees. Rose-colored glasses help with everything. Well, it certainly does make some things easier to look at. That oil drum. Was it empty? The oil drum kicked over when the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. I don't remember what voice I gave her.
My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never!
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
It's not it. It's not it at all. It's just we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Again, I was thinking that to myself. I don't know how you can respond to it. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
That was just a threat. Like, that's... Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminal testing fluid.
It's okay, that's not a real word. You can pronounce it however you want.
Thank you.
Luminol.
Luminal. I gotta write this down. Blood is sticky stuff, you know? You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
Because you're the hero of the story. I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh?
Oh.
You had an extra pair of these things? Oh god, the virtual boy.
How do you wear these, Emma? To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it.
Oh god. I think if you put these on and look at Edgeworth, he'd be invisible.
Okay, let's find us some bloodstains.
Let's go.
Let's go. It hurts my eyes.
I guess, yeah, this is rough. I guess down here by like where the body was. Oh snap! It's glowing.
Ooh, it's blue.
Ow, that's rough. See your eyes shining behind those glasses. So this is a bloodstain?
It's so. Ugh.
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just. This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
Stop saying that. Emma, please, why? What's odd about this scientifically?
The bloodstain location.
The amount of it? You'd think that a guy who got stabbed over and over would bleed a little bit more than a few little driblets. I think I've bled that much from my nose on a dry day.
Unless it's Lana's blood. Because she cut her hand, remember?
Oh shit, yeah. That definitely looks more like I just cut my palm amounts of blood. Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so.
Oh my god, the color's back, thank god.
I mean... look at the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. They fought here. There'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find the bloodstain, okay?
Just gonna use these Sharpies I brought.
See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
This is just the game, like, see? You don't need Maya. You have Emma.
You don't need Mia. You have little girls.
Well, they're, like... I was about to say they're high school age, but that's not better. That's not better at all.
Really?
I think, hopefully, high school age is as young as they get. I don't think they get any younger, and if they do, I don't want to think about it. Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy, too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
You got it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, some kids buy chocolate, some kids go to the movies, I buy research chemicals.
Emma, you're not a normal kid.
Luminol testing
That's
fluid
why-
received from one very proud-looking Emma Sky.
Oh. We can be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in the court. Sometimes they'll fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Let's drag that Let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating the crime now, doesn't it?
Well, we have been. Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Let me go find Edgeworth. Ha! Oh, God. Alright.
Oh, not you again.
I'm gonna give you the worst French accent I could come up with.
Oh my
I
God.
wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box.
Mister!
You know, you only trust your own eyes. Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead doesn't really get my mouth watering. Day-old deli meat. I didn't even think about that. If it's just been sitting in the box, ugh. Throw that shit under a heat lamp or in a fridge or something. Give me some cold cuts. Do I have? I have to talk to her, don't I?
Oh yeah.
You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Star, but oh no, it's okay. It was my fault.
Oh, we know.
I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. That's a crime. Perjury's a crime. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Sorry! You lied on the witness stand! That's unforgivable!
And also, like, a federal crime, I think.
Yeah, arrest her. On the spot. Stab her with the... Oh.
Little gal, don't forget what's important here. Phoenix just sprays her with the luminol. Ah! My fucking eyes! She said something suspicious and you're acting really suspicious!
He sprays it on her and she's like covered with blood.
She's covered in blood! Yes, that is unrelated. I don't believe you. And I was lying. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman.
You have no honor!
You're also not a detective anymore. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Star?
Yes, that was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how ardent the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouth of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen.
Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
Well, she did just give us day-old deli meat, so it could be both. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case, the SL9 incident. SL9?
Oh, we gotta remember that.
Wait, she doesn't mean... That's the name of the case that was on the knife.
Can we show her the one evidence?
Look at this!
What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodwin. Goodwin was the head detective on that case, you know.
Really?
That knife was evidence from that case, the murder weapon. It was due for transfer the very day that Goodman was killed.
Before I killed him.
Yes.
Oh,
As I
that's just-
suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident?
Can you show her that up
If you think about it, I couldn't take in that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime? I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. Emma.
Oh, in other words, 5 minutes after the crime?
Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Mister. Your line was the problem.
Yeah, listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time? I wonder if it has anything to do with the other things she literally just brought up.
Haha. What do you think about this?
The SL9 incident, it's written on that knife, and on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case.
Ah.
Yeah, we know all this.
The pity.
Yeah. It's just the
nothing
same
weird.
dialogue, but she also mentions the note. Okay.
Oh,
Nope,
Oh.
wrong thing.
click,
Oh
click,
god,
click, click,
I clicked out of the window.
Oh.
Why do her animations take so long?
Aggressive mouse clicking it just.
Okay.
See online.
As that incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable.
Disposable? To who?
Bitch, who do you think? Who have I been railing against this entire fucking case? Like, come on, bro. 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Oh, sorry, handled.
Ended.
The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence, so they didn't... Oh, Emma.
Oh, so they didn't solve it?
On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred. What? But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence?
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be...
Marshall?
I think it is. Yes, exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean, Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall.
Detective Marshall.
As a professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Here's this same picture again of us posing. It's the only one we had. Jake was particularly determined. Then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait. Those lunches you sell.
There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends, that can help me investigate. Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection.
So, rookie. What? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. It's probably
It is
Marshall.
Is this going to be an evidence in the court? I'm quitting
No.
this.
I think we're giving this to Marshall to be like, hey, we'll give you a lovely steak if you chat us
You
up a
will
little.
give us information.
Yeah. We're bribing him with meat. Which, to be fair, that steak does look really good.
Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his going up?
Actually, he's my son. What? I'm 57.
What?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too, but then...
He let me shoot a gun once. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
He was my cool uncle. But now he's so cold.
And Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you.
Sir Jake Marshall. Let's go! Police department! He's at the police department, right? He should be.
Probably.
It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here, after all.
So, the evidence room. The scene of the crime. According to the... How do you pronounce that?
Pamphlet.
Pamphlet, we got at the front desk.
For some fucking reason, PH in English makes an F sound because we hate everyone else.
Here it is.
He's like a kid in an amusement park.
Except this is a crime scene, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, a real crime scene.
Alright. To the guard station, I guess. Oh, yeah.
Oh my...
Now, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say, this might be Marshall's office.
Oh, look at the rope. Look at the rope on the floor.
fucking lasso on the ground. There's just a sign in front of his desk that says Texas.
Wait, it's right in front of the door.
Yeah, it's the lasso's right in front of. That's a fucking snare.
I really hope it's not working.
The cowboy hat made of cow skin on a cactus hat rack. The cow skull above the monitors. What appears to be a bottle of whiskey or some other, probably whiskey, and a shot glass sitting on his desk next to another fucking cactus. A cattle door that goes behind the desk, which is currently closed, and behind the door are more cacti, as well as many more bits of liquor, some of which...
Look at this door!
Yeah.
Look at this door to his table!
Yeah, it's the fucking saloon doors.
Oh my god, I love this game so much!
What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room.
So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime?
Don't stop with the laser, Phoenix. It sure seems that way. Oh.
What's wrong?
It's those...
Cacti.
Those cacti. They're so prickly. So imposing. It's hard to think straight.
You can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. We're not in the desert, Phoenix! That's the problem! This is a fucking office building! What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I'm sure he decorated his office like that so no one will wander around.
Yeah, he did it so people would leave him alone.
He just hates people.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Yeah.
I hope
Really,
you
Phoenix?
won't come anytime.
Phoenix, you're not even gonna try and like, let's take a look around. Let's see, what's the fucking snare lasso?
Look on the floor, a lasso.
Looks like it's set up to trap something.
A trap? Here? Wait, I know!
I'm gonna stick my leg in it!
Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. In the office, Emma. Really? What's the lesson meant?
Don't call Gumshoe that. You sure have an active imagination.
Oh.
There's a lot of what I can only assume to be liquor on these cabinets.
Oh no.
Sitting on these electronic monitors. Looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. There. Okay. Whoa. Cactus. Apes. These sure are prickly. They must be the real deal.
Stop touching them. I would think just one big one would be sufficient.
These cacti are a lot like my sister, actually.
They're both about to die. How so?
Encased in a cold, wretched shell, with spines pointing in every direction. Just like her.
That's like one of the most 4th grade English class metaphors I've ever heard in my life. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity.
It's fucking... oh my god, that's... Emma...
Please be nice to me. Stop using hard words.
She really is a high schooler.
There's a security guard uniform hanging there. This is
That's not what that is! That's a fucking cosplay. Actually, Witchy, that is what all police officers... if you have any position of security guard at any establishment in America, that's what you have to wear. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather pen. What was that called again? I don't know, Emma. A punchy, a poochy, a pinchy. I know, a poochie.
Yeah, that was a lot of stupid words. It's poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. It's poncho. Emma's deliberately being frustrating now. The game knows. Witchy?
Yeah,
Witchy?
I'm here.
Okay.
What? You thought I left?
Yeah, I heard like some... I thought you'd like gotten up and fucking marched off.
Yeah, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm still here. The swinging door makes the place look like some kind of the saloon.
But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way.
Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch.
I'd say it'd be more of a yeah myself. What the fuck, Phoenix?
Your voice acting, it's so cool.
The evidence room is beyond that door.
Let's just walk in.
Oh my fucking god. Why is... what?
Emma,
Phoenix, what is it with your assistance and, like, wanting to engage in criminal activity?
in one open, well...
I can't possibly imagine why, Emma.
Even Maya wasn't so stupid.
Why might the door not be opening? You thought it'd be open? I think we'd need someone's permission to go in there first. Okay. I sort of expected to run into Marshall here.
I hope we don't need a written permission.
This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you! Detective Gumshoe! Now's not the time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, we could bribe Edgeworth with... or we could bribe Gumshoe with it.
Gumshoe! Oh, you mean one of these? Oh, don't be so sad.
I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Now's not the time! Now's no time for despair! We caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... you caught your criminal without evidence? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? On the same day the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Oh, well, there was one suspect. I just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal that hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here isn't talking isn't gonna fill my belly. I'm a big man.
He's a big... Wait, don't leave!
You want to know more? Head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Look, he's kind of a bitch. Later!
No! Get her off the evidence room.
Well, this investigation is off to a running start.
Should we go after him?
No, I feel like we should head to the detention center, right?
Sure. I don't know.
It's not on the list.
Let's just go everywhere,
Back
I
to the
think.
guard station?
Oh.
No.
Here. Okay.
What about... Back to the office.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here we go, detention center.
Uh-huh.
Who is the...
Dale, I do feel better about things. A little.
Yeah, we just proved the murder that your sister was involved in was, like, physically impossible, so that's pretty good evidence.
I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, it's probably your sister.
Yeah, I guess they did. Yeah, they caught your sister a few days ago. Shut up, Phoenix. Let's not go too far down that road just now. Things will get just as confusing. Ah! Ah! Why did you do that? That fucking hurt.
In your headphones, right?
Holy shit. That really hurt.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Chad, are you alright?
I hope they're alright.
Rose, put like a fucking loud, piercing sound warning before that, if we ever make this into a video.
What was that?
Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was perpetrated against her. That's what I'd say. Oh, fuck, it's Meekins. Oh, hi, greetings, sir.
Wait, I know who you are.
Oh, jeez, Rick. Oh, I think I killed a guy. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir.
Mr. Meekins, so you're the guard here at the detention center?
Emma. No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm just a little lost patrolman like a lost little lamb, sir.
Sir?
Emma's a girl.
Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report.
Emma. No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't... Is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't... Did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! Oh, fuck, please
away.
put that away!
What?
Now this is an unexpected turn of events. Can we get this guy the death penalty, but get Lana Sky off? I feel like that's our win-win here. Can we just, like, not defend this guy, but keep defending Lana Sky?
No, we can't.
Oh, fuck, we have to talk to him, don't we? God damn it. Stop! Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Sir, I'm patrolling with General Affairs, sir! Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. Stop saying sir. Sorry, sir.
Normally...
I'll kill you.
Hey, sir. So normally there's a guard. Oh, okay.
Sorry. Guard the evidence room.
No, it's alright. It's okay.
That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir.
Stop saying, sir.
Yeah, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's what I saw him, sir. A suspicious person entered the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. Why do
Security room.
Why do your frames or your portraits look like they were the first draft? A suspicious person! Ow! What the heck is this guy doing?
Oh my god, your voice. Your voice is glitching a little. It's okay.
Sorry.
So, no, it's alright. It's probably just my... It's probably just my headphones. So, what happened then?
Meekin? Okay, hold on. Well, after that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. How long were you
Are you
out?
wearing
Days?
May I ask? What happened to your hand?
Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. Bandage on his hand, just like Miss Sky. This is Miss Sky in a mask.
Oh, it can't be. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Actually, tell us about the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? We're not defending this guy. We could just say, like, alright, confess. Sir! Stop! Stop doing that. I'm turning off sound effects. I'm turning off sound effects until we're done talking to this guy. You have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir! Then label me victim! This guy has, like, fucking burger pants from Undertale vibes, where, like, all of his sprites were, like, the first drawing, and they just never refined it.
Oh,
They just wanted to draw this guy once, and were like, fuck it, that's what he looks like. Except with burger pants, it was funny. This guy's just not pleasant. I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I... Yeah, he leads levelly on the total stranger side, except for that time I murdered him. So you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him?
He was my first social interaction in months. I panicked. Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. I didn't know knives did that to people.
So you did kill him?
Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am.
The bandage hand.
Not your hand. That happened during the course of the crime? Oh, well, you see, sir,
Don't you think you should just confess?
Oh, but sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the victim pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. Jeez, Rick, I think I killed a guy. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? And then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
I just look at him punching his bandaged hand with another of his hand, and I can feel the pain.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt. Oh, when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock, oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
No, I can't.
Victim's body disappeared?
That's some story.
Okay, are we done? Let's show him Goodman's ID. Or actually, let's show him the note?
Or maybe we should show him the knife? Probably.
Maybe the knife.
What?
Officer Meekins, this is for you. I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir, that's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, and I was being peeled. What the fuck?
I peed. I imagine just Phoenix pointing a knife at the Meekins like,
Points out the broken knife. This is for you.
With a wild smile on his face. On the second thought, you don't have a look. You don't have to look at the knife.
Huh. He's overreacting to the knife, but he's been through a lot.
Phoenix, don't tell me you feel sorry.
What about... Are you sure it was Goodman? Because I feel like if anyone's gonna help us clear up whatever the fuck happened...
Do you think you could take a look at this?
Hey! I can't read. That's
what
it,
up,
sir.
I'm 19 and I never fucking learned how to read.
That's it.
That's what?
That's the guy I murdered! My head was a blank until this very moment, but now, sir, I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all!
This ID card?
Exactly, sir, that's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing! I better pry into this one a little deeper. I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. Can we go talk to someone else, please? I'd rather talk to Marshall than this guy. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? I'd rather fucking talk to Lotta Hart from Case 4 than this guy. Oh, well,
Yeah,
sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little baby man. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman who was in the evidence room. That's why And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book of so far.
And then I stabbed him 7 times in the chest.
Who would have guessed?
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
What?
Sir, I assure you I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. He stopped talking to me after grade 6. What happened then? Oh.
How do you like my impression of you, Emma?
Sorry. It's not very good.
No, it's alright. Just go on.
Oh, well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right.
Another dialogue, yeah.
Fuck.
So, hang in there, Jay, hang in there. So, Officer Mickens, why was it that they arrested you?
Well, I gotta take a drink.
Okay.
Okay. What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know.
Now, oh.
Now, Officer Mickens didn't know Detective Goodman. And the victim, who he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. Phoenix?
Shit. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim.
And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died.
You're right. It could have been an imposter. Emma, have you played the hit game Among Us? That's it, sir! Emma. That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Stop saying things.
This guy looked like he loves to play Among Us.
Yeah.
Huh? But you still ended up here.
Yeah, they told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear.
Huh? The videotape?
From the security camera. Crime, my crime, the crime I sort of stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on tape.
And you waited until now to tell us this?
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. I mean, you're right. No thanks. I have my own. You see, I have this badge, and it proves that I'm a defense attorney. Well, I guess you better go check out the crime scene. Oh shit, I can turn sound back on. Because we're not talking to Meekins anymore.
Are you sure you can be so sure about that?
I have hope. Okay, so let's go to that crime scene. Why isn't it? Okay, there we go.
Police department.
Apartment.
And then to Marshal's office. Guard station.
Nope. No Marshall.
No? No patrol? It's like no
Criminal
bitches, but no
Affairs
patrol.
Department? Oh,
Oh,
here?
hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the chief of detective's desk. Oh, please, let it not be that.
It's Police Chief Gant.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and you're sure this is all, hmm? You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sure, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. Checked all of his drawers under his seat cushion, behind his computer monitor, inside his personal coffee machine. Oh, I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you call me right away, deal? Yes, sir! We'll scour the police again, sir! Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Right-ho, my boy. How you been? Swim much? Oh ho ho, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir.
Are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
I panicked! Look at him, he's fucking huge! He's the size of... He's the size of... Oh, fuck, I can't even get my joke out. He's the size of Gumshoe and as scary as Edgeworth. Listen to his fucking music! Wow, that is some villain-ass music. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay? Oh, are they? Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yeah, well, that's sort of how it is. Yeah, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since the last year. You mean the incident on Gord Lake? Oh, it doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit in the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, Righto?
Right.
Oh yeah, we got their fucking golden boy Von Karma arrested.
This freaking owl face just freaks me out
A
every time.
legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. They might even kill you. Now, depending on what that Fuck, Irish accents are hard to do. Depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be real bad for Worthy.
What?
That's downright hood, I tell ya. The defective detective getting killed on their turf too, I mean. Sorry, I'm a little drunk. They're being the prosecutors, I assume?
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible!
Just say it's impossible, Emma.
No,
Well,
it is scientifically.
It has to be scientific! Like shaking you by the shoulders, it has to be scientific!
Yes!
Oh yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Now, righto, I can't just give away all our secrets just like that. And in this particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. I wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, I can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier.
You saw that. Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can discreetly ask him.
Well,
Oh,
just
okay.
gonna talk to this guy.
We're just gonna examine the office so we can talk
Sorry
to
you had
him.
to see that.
What exactly did the chief of the police want you to do?
Well, see over there. That's Goodman's desk. She wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can.
So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here?
Of course not. Well, except for this.
What? You kept something?
Don't fucking shout that. Gant is still in the room, Emma.
Huh?
Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. Okay, that's decisive evidence.
Okay.
It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete.
The last item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
The date on it is February 21st. Better make a note of that, just in case. Goodman's lost item report added to the court record.
I'm
I
taking
should
notes for you.
really get back to investigating the police department crime scene. Anything else to talk to Gant about? Oh. Can I go into the guard station, please?
Please?
Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Oh, hell, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room? No. He just shoots you. No, righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? No, but you look like a fucking scary one. Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give him $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
It just goes to show you never know until you ask.
I don't know, the last time I asked someone involved with a case or something, it was Von Karma and I got tased.
Ugh.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Huh? Hey! This is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
For guests? Yes, sir! It's an honor!
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
It looks pretty cool on my label, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID!
It isn't. It's a guest ID. You seem happy.
Yes, sir! Because, sir, we get into the evidence room now, sir!
Oh fuck, you were locked in the room with Meekins for too long. I think this place is a bad influence on this girl. That's true, the police are bad influences. Don't leave your kids alone with them. To the guard station!
She's a kid with no family, whee!
And to the door! Well, she's got her sister.
Oh, yeah.
Who's about to go to prison. The evidence room is
Nice.
beyond that door.
And we have the ID card from the Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Aha! The card reader is turned off, see?
Oh, shit. What's with the security guard thinking?
Yes, that security guard, whom we have no idea who they could possibly be. Howdy, partners. Well, well, what's made my Bambina sky so gray?
Oh, hello there.
Officer Marshall? Oh, why does it have to be him? Who the fuck else could it have been, Phoenix? What's that why does it have to be him look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon.
We're here to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest. That's better than the sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Yeah, that's what Americans say instead of hello.
Did you?
Yeah, if you're a fucking nerd. like this jackass is. Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. There's a crime scene's awaiting.
Did you just call me a dog?
It's like the card reader's on again. That is actually a term of endearment. Little doggies.
Oh, okay.
Not one that, like, you should ever use around an American, because at best they'll call you a dork for using Old West slang, or they'll hit you because they don't understand it either.
You Americans are weird, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we're fucking impossible to be around. While we're here, I was wondering if you could ask some questions? Alright, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. That's just Spanish. You're busy, then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Okay. Alright, fine, fair. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. That's basically what it means. He doesn't want to deal with us.
Oh.
What if I gave you a nice thick slab of cow? That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby?
Yeah, Miss Star. Your baby?
No, that's also American slang for relationship.
Oh, I know
What's
that.
this?
I just... Huh? What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see.
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall.
Nice.
Alright, Bambina. You win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like
He's willing to talk.
if we can fucking understand him through his... I mean, to be fair, I also eat steaks with that much, like, veracity. I fucking love steak.
Yeah, it must be really delicious. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the security for the evidence room, right?
Oh, there I am. You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Oh, that poor little dog. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago. Well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? I mean, he is drinking at work.
I mean, look at all those whiskies!
Yeah.
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Drinking.
Watching Texas shows.
Yeah. Was watching The Lone Ranger for the 37th time. What, the show? Nah, the movie.
Yeah.
And I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed Zippy.
Note, he was riding down to the highway on his horse named Zippy.
You cannot actually believe he has a horse, Emma.
I'm
There's
sure
no
she
need
can.
for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Yeah, I hate that shit. I mean, it's good to, like, prep. Once you've bitten into the steak, you probably shouldn't eat it, because it's just lame. But if you have it beforehand, it's like a nice, like, sort of warms the mouth up.
Mr. told us something.
But of course, I'm an Epicurean. He's a cowboy.
She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago.
Yes, I said the very same thing myself. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the seat of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
In the workplace? You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you?
That was my case. It was all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened.
Girl, what other kind of cases are there in these games? It was very clearly a murder.
Jesus Christ.
There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transfers. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals, too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. This is your office! It is your job to understand these things.
He doesn't think so. Only 2 of them? There must be 1,000!
Yeah, and one of them's this. He just puts like a straight-up revolver on the desk. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours.
And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on those tapes?
I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through.
Uh-huh.
What the fuck? Yo, who's the fucking...
Simon.
Wait, it's 7 7s and they went in on 420. Nice. I think I know what that officer was doing. So this is the ID card record.
The Goodman's ID, look!
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
I've seen it somewhere before.
5:14. Same time as one other entry, and that was a minute before the murder. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that.
Huh?
Well, I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number of that record just now. I've seen that number before. Really, Emma?
Maybe there's some way I could prove that the record is... Just say to present the evidence. Just to present the ID. Sorry, but could you explain this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens after the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transfer. We do it every February.
I see now.
I think that was the worst I've ever pronounced February. 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 Furry.
It's February, but in Texas.
In Texas, February is a single day longer than February. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. Unless, of course, it's been 15 years and the statute of limitations is about to run up, and you need that case to put away a legendary prosecutor. In that very specific circumstance that it may in fact be reinvestigated. And that's what happened to SL9 2 days ago. Alright, let's show him Goodman's ID.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot? Sorry, this steak's really good.
No, it's okay.
The number on this is 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again.
5842189.
The fourth number. It's the perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world.
So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
Wow. Emma's throwing a lot of, like, I'm like reading Emma's dialogue now, and she has some of the most frustrating parts of English in a lot of her words.
Yeah, just...
But wait, what did Officer Meekins say?
Just a perfect...
Yes, sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. That's the thing, suddenly pointed a knife at me. He had his ID card then. Why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre. You win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID card record, added to the court record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. But first, let's go into the evidence room.
Oh.
Fishing bag, punching bag, metal...
Metal detector!
Metal detector! A car door with some handcuffs.
Isn't it? It looks like it's from Edward's car.
Oh yeah, it's the same color. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Oh. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
Really? Then what's that behind you? Ah! Oh shit, there was something behind her! Whoa!
You were a ghost!
Yeah. She like punched Gumshoe in the chest. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh! I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So, is it true what I heard?
How could she punch you in the head? She's like so tiny.
Yeah. Righto, please. Why do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give him $50, no problem. So, go on ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gate. Will loan anyone $50? Even me? Oh, poor Gumshoe.
I love you, Gumshoe. Oh, so that's what you were talking about.
Honestly, my measure for how much money I have is, am I as broke as Dick Gumshoe? And as long as the answer to that question is no, then I'm probably gonna be okay. Actually, I was put in charge of investigating.
Oh.
Hold on, give me a second. I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today.
Boss for a day.
Well, guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Okay, let's talk to Gumshoe.
So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day?
That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department.
But if you're a boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings?
Oh, they're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation. Again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. In my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course! I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal.
You can open?
I mean, it makes sense that, like, each detective would only be able to open their own locker. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens.
So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the
Inquiry.
inquiry committee now, right?
They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. Well, I guess this is what you'd call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed, so that only one detective can open it. Using their ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. Gumshoe.
So, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah, but even I can't lose my own right hand.
You did it.
Why would you even
never
tempt
mind.
that fate?
Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint?
Yeah, you could totally lose those. You could work in a chemical factory and have them burned off. Exactly,
Like
pal. And then you could go work on a fucking boat rental shop for 15 years. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. Ah! That fucking noise! So each locker we can open is our own. Oh, is that Gumshoe's locker? He has a picture of Maggie in it. That's
Maggie?
sweet.
What is it?
She's the guy. She's from the first kid.
First case?
Was she? Am I thinking? I feel like I've seen Maggie somewhere before. She's like another officer that I think Gumshoe cares about.
Aw,
She might not be in this game. I might have seen her like a Tumblr post or something.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Funny. They look like normal lockers.
These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see?
The headless?
On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it,
Zap! You get a shock.
if that's what happened, my hand would be blank and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Indicator lamp lights up when it's open. Interesting.
Did you
Gumshoe,
know,
can you tell us anything about the SL9 incident? Perhaps? Maybe? Look at this knife. Detective Goodman's note, and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised to anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? Well, I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there's some loose ends left on that case. Very intriguing. Like what? Now that was a bloody violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. Serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. Yeah, but the killer made a mistake. Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him.
And this was 2 years ago?
That put Mr. Edgeworth right into the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? That was supposed to be all cleaned up with the Tread's furrow the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is.
Huh? What do you mean?
Emma, he got murdered. Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident.
So that switchblade knife.
The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself?
Oh, it's brutal.
Let's do some examination.
Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner.
That looks like a car door.
There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame.
Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away.
Hey, that's one of those human profiles for the wrench testing.
He's been shot square in the forehead.
Better him than us.
Emma!
Well...
Sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here.
What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is.
Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it.
Gosh, this is an evidence!
Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of the case out on Good Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And, I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a bug sweeper. You can't judge a person or a machine by their color. You gotta look at their heart. Just a little guy. Hold on, we missed some of that dialogue. My personal pole. And a little box. I'm sure it'll come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? Bug sweeper. So it's just for finding, like, bugs and shit. Mechanical bugs, like microphones or tiny cameras, not, like, flies. There's something sticking out of here.
Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case.
I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, make me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently.
How do you know?
If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck with some silly evidence?
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too.
I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. You're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal! Look, I got a thick waist, I can't get a shirt around here. We're not gonna examine every single locker, but we should probably investigate that one, but first I want to look at these.
Isn't that Gumshoe's locker?
I think it was.
What is this thought and pain doing here?
It's since the dawn of time. True art has always been a war against oppression. Did you leave this here, Gumshoe?
True art? I noticed that there's a blue and yellow paint here.
Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Oh, fuck. Did he make that in the evidence locker? Wait, hold on. Wait a fucking second. Gumshoe. Is that mascot made out of evidence?
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God.
You might say this is my studio. Here? In the evidence room? There's, like, sensitive shit here that you should not be getting paint over.
Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all of these pieces. I know who it might be.
Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case.
The case?
The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here? Another piece of SL9 evidence.
Take a closer look.
Take a closer look. Wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke.
You want to try to put it back together? We probably should not left our fingerprints on this, Emma.
Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up.
That's why I always carry around a tube of glue.
Yeah, let's tamper with some evidence. Now this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh my god.
Oh, puzzles!
Oh, fuck.
Good luck!
Fuck.
Yeah.
I can rotate
sorry.
them.
I will be back in a few minutes.
Alright. I can rotate them, chat. I'm applying rotation. But what does this do for me? Nothing. Oh, wait a moment. Perhaps something? No. This is going to require firing of every single one of my brain cells. This is going to take effort. That was wildly incorrect. Like this. Synapse it up? I love that. Synapse it up. I'm gonna have to fire at least 90% of my synapses. Oh, fuck. That felt close. Aha! We're one step closer, chat. Oh, did it just gave it to me. Alright. It appears to be some sort of vase, as they say in France. I wonder. But what could it have contained? Maybe it contained the murder weapon. And if we reassemble it, the murder weapon will reappear. Or perhaps this has absolutely nothing to do with the case at hand, and is merely a diversion placed here by a ghost. The ghost of Manfred von Karma. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. What was that about von Karma? I think this glue is hazardous. Yeah, I got that fought too in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it.
There are some pieces stolen?
I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jaw.
I kind of understand how it got broken.
Unstable jar added to the court record. Okay, what? Let's look at this locker. What's this? Blood?
It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here.
Looks like someone tried to wipe it off.
Please don't tell me it was Gumshoe. Mr. Wright! What if there are other blood stains left in the room?
The juice! We should use your testing fluid to check it out. Let's look at this.
Look, this one's open, and the red indicator light above the door is lit.
That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that?
What's he gonna do, complain? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. What about this towel?
Towel?
Oh, it's a glove.
Someone left a glove.
Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. I mean, SL9? There's a tag on it. Rubber glove, added to the court record. Alright, let's use the luminol. How do I do that? Do I just... Court record?
Probably. Now,
Oh,
get
spray.
ready to...
Ah, fuck! I forgot about this part.
gotta spray all the area.
Aha!
Oh, there's a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of blood.
Shit.
I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? Gumshoe, how did you become a detective again?
This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of that in the floor plans.
Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked! Oh. Okay, Gumshoe, let's spray this.
We asked your opinion, it was stupid.
Yeah, the problem is that we didn't want it, the problem is that your opinion was terrible. Ow, fucking, why did you do that?
I knew it! This is someone's right headprint. Well...
What?! What's the matter, Detective? This locker, it's mine!
It's yours?
Please!
Yeah, Emma, we saw it.
You have to help me. When they come to take me away, promise you testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys, believe me, you can't trust the police! Yo, based
the police, not you,
Based Gumshoe? Based Dick Gumshoe?
Hey, Dick, come over here.
Yeah.
What? But you're a detective! Okay.
What about that locker with the thing in it? This one.
Oh.
Another clue!
Ow! Why am I getting a reaction here?
There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This might just be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal.
It's called luminal testing fluid.
Where'd you get your hands on that?
Huh?
I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma?
I always buy it by mail order.
Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. Let's... The vase was bloody too.
Should we, I don't know, spray the floor maybe? Or is it enough?
Maybe. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar.
There are two things that bother me.
One is Gumshoe.
One, why are some of the pieces missing? Two, doesn't it seem a little unstable?
You know, like Gumshoe.
No wonder it broke.
Hey, broke! Just like Gumshoe! I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar.
Just like Gumshoe.
So mean. I don't know why I was so mean to Gumshoe. Really didn't deserve that.
This character, why everyone is so mean to me in the Gumshoe.
Poor poor Gumshoe. What if have we shown Gumshoe the hi? It's so
Hi.
fucking weird. It's like I'm gonna go look over here. All right, Gumshoe, I'm ready to talk to you.
Gumshoe. We have to talk to you, Gumshoe. What about
This lost item
What about-
report? You've probably written a few of these. Allow me to say one thing, speaking as a detective. If I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing! That's
You're not talking
fine.
as a detective.
You bet it's fine, pal. Okay, he doesn't know anything about that. What? Pal?
Which means he's not a detective.
What about the ID card record? Did you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Oh, Witchy, you good? Witchy! Uh-oh. Witchy? Oh, crap. Richie? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I just spilled the hot water on my.
Oh
feet.
no! Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's alright.
Oof.
Just trying to brew some tea. Ah!
Oh god, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
Oh no.
Don't worry, I'm alright. I'm just clumsy.
Oh god.
Oh, woo!
Whoa!
What is this?
That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
The second number of this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth.
What?
Why does Edgeworth have a police ID card? ID card record updated to the court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Hey pal, look at the time! Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna give him my report for today. What the fuck is that?
What is this restaurant?
It might help, you know?
Report? You mean the note written on the back of the flyer?
What the fuck?
Uh,
The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he could use a report like this. I believe in him.
well, I don't.
Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgeworth has to say, too. Let's go talk to Edgeworth. Hi, Jake. Wright and Co. Nope, not Guard Division. Sorry. Wrong room. Wright and Co. offices.
We probably went to Edgeworth's office from underground parking, yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Witchy. I have an excellent navigator.
Thank you.
Oh fuck, it's this guy. Ah, guests. My apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here?
There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand.
It's Manfred von Karma! Right. He
It's
has
you
the
again.
hotel bring him tea service?
Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry?
I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems.
The latest information? Really? Was it helpful?
Apparently, a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Man, what is that, the second time that flipping over a major document has been a thing?
Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him.
Well, let's talk to Edgeworth.
No.
So, that French restaurant. Probably be weird to go alone. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation.
Concealing evidence?
Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago.
That case.
Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney. However, something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department.
The police department?
Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you? Why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still... Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Do you need a hug or something?
Jesus, man, I can't.
Shut up, Wright. That wasn't enough.
So you need to come here.
Shut Shut up, Wright. Oh, you didn't say no. No, I didn't. Alright, ID card record. Why were you in the evidence locker murdering Detective Goodman? Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage. Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Edgeworth, did you kill someone again?
Why, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less.
The chief of the police?
He wanted evidence for a case that had wrapped up half a year ago.
And you brought it to him?
He told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. Well, yeah, he has to. But it was solved,
okay.
right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief was never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here.
Can I ask what kind of case it was?
Emma, take a shot in the dark. I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. What is that, the third case? What we're gonna have to juggle? Are we gonna solve 3 cases in one trial?
This is gonna be a long trial.
Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Alright, what about this knife?
Knife.
Oh, wait, wrong button. Look at this.
This is my second knife.
I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It all has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. He must be talking about that. His father's murder in that elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. Let's talk to him! The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved with the case 2 years ago too then. He was a top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous.
Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I've moved past it. I have deemed the feeling unnecessary. What I want to know is why a deputy chief police was on the investigation. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code, and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something.
My sister? What?
If you were still studying forensic science?
Huh? Yeah, of course. Why? Just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this.
Luminol testing fluid, hmm? Well then, you might have some use for this. Aluminum.
Aluminium powder?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Also valid.
Powder? For taking fingerprints.
Yeah. One of the many words that Americans pronounce differently. Purely to fuck with people.
It's so hard to be an American.
Well, it's just frustrating for everyone else. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion.
For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know?
It's okay, I've slept with Wright. I've done more than this. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, I'm really no need to thank me. You can thank me later, when the child isn't in the room. Here, take your powder and these fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving these to Detective Gumshoe as well? Are we sure they'd be in good hands with Gumshoe?
hate to say this, but Gumshoe is not very trustworthy person.
I think, yeah, we know why he didn't give these to Gumshoe, Phoenix. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere.
Somewhere?
Well, bye, Edgeworth. And, hey, you know, if you ever got free time after this trial, that restaurant doesn't look half bad.
Get the fuck out, Wright.
We'll discuss this later. The police department entrance. Back to the evidence room. Oh, Marshall's not here anymore.
Oh.
Investigation turned up a suspicious handprint.
Here, and there's blood on the detective evidence locker.
Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed.
Secret weapon? Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger.
A finger?
Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print.
Probably the index finger. The thumb has the thickest blood stain, but like from the position of the hand, it looks like the thumb would be on its side, so it wouldn't have a full print. So it's the index finger, right? Can't really tell the difference at a glance.
Quit procrastinating and choose a finger.
Okay.
Stop being such a bitch, right? Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done.
I'm just starting to get that sparkle in her eyes.
First, we sprinkle the aluminium powder around.
Huh? How do you do that?
With enter, see?
Ah, looks like that did the trick.
The aluminium powder, adheres.
Adheres. Again, English sucks.
Adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Shay!
Sorry, I blew directly into my mic. With
Get the shit out of me!
I didn't hear that, chat. If chat did that, I'm sorry. I couldn't.
Okay, I'll forgive you for now.
Might take some getting used to though. I'll blow away from my mic.
You just pour the powder on the trick and blow away the extra. These are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright.
This is a lot of mechanics to introduce for one
and
case.
And not blowing into your mic.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do some dusting.
Spread it everywhere. No.
A print. A clue. This isn't working.
Blow it in.
I'm blowing.
You're not blowing hard enough. Blow as hard as you can.
I think I'd like to try one of the other fingerprints.
Okay, let's
Oh, is it the thumbprint? It's the thumbprint, isn't it? God damn it. It doesn't make sense though, it's on its side. Like, hold your hand up like that. Your thumb isn't facing inwards unless you're like, you twist it weird.
I'm not going to test it with my, with my paint. I'm not going.
Oh yeah, no, that's a terrible. I mean, just like hold up your hand. Like, you don't even have to look at the fingerprint. You can see that your thumb is like sort of twisted up, while the others are facing forward.
Well, that person sure was unique.
Yeah, man, our suspect had weird thumbs. Who do we know that has weird thumbs?
Probably the suspect. Could it be Meekins?
Meekins! Right, we're just gonna cover it complete so much powder.
There's a lot of just don't sneak. Don't sniff it.
This looks nothing
you need
like
that much powder.
This looks nothing like a fingerprint.
Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't.
What does it mean?
I think it means we're out of luck.
Okay.
You're the true scientist, Emma.
Out of luck?
The person who left this fingerprint must have worn gloves.
Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here.
Calm down. That's just the way it gives some time with the scientific investigation. But it doesn't seem a shame.
Emma, your sister is going to prison.
I know that.
Why don't we look for other prints?
Looking at the locker door again closely. Maybe the pinky is the answer.
Maybe. Wait a minute. There's a little smudge here. Oh my god, there is actually a smudge here.
Oh my...
The suspect had 2 thumbs on his right hand.
The suspect had 2 right hands.
It was the 6-fingered man from The Princess Bride.
Jesus Christ.
Oh wait, or did he have 6 fingers on his right? In his left hand or his right? Oh wow, look at that. Huh.
Oh.
That was easy. Let's just make super sure we got it.
The fingerprints look just like mine.
Yeah, fingerprints do all look kind of similar. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Witchy, you were the one who killed Bruce Goodman!
You gotta prove it first.
And then you left the canon of Ace Attorney and entered you reverse isekai'd yourself to escape blame.
Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away.
So we're not done yet? Ugh, this is quite a process. Phoenix has been like 10 minutes. You lazy bitch.
Well, there's no point in finding the fingerprint. And not knowing who the owner is, right?
Yeah. I guess she's right.
I'm always right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edward. And point out the person you think left these prints.
Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was?
I could make a pretty good guess. The bloody fingerprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So, whose fingerprints would we most likely find on this evidence locker?
Gumshoes,
Probably
right?
gumshoes? It's gumshoes. Huh.
Oh, yeah, it's gumshoes.
Lana! Oh.
No, look, they're literally the same picture.
They're literally the same picture.
Didn't even try to, like, give you a chance to investigate. They're literally just the exact same.
Comparing. They're the same pictures, Your Honor.
Yep.
Match found!
Yay!
Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe.
I mean, it is his locker.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright?
We now have...
Yeah, Gumshoe is the killer.
We have definitive evidence that Detective Gumshoe at some point opened his own locker. Case closed.
You gave me this so what look.
Why do you think I did that, Emma? It's his locker. I guess that's probably because I was thinking, so what?
Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time.
What?
We're not going to have next time. Your sister is going to jail, Emma. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss.
Yeah, fucking, your sister's about to get hit with a life sentence.
You gotta roll with the with the punches, Mr. Wright.
Your sister's about to roll straight into prison and never come back out. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Oh shit, you're right. The one on the left. This is where we got a luminal fluid reaction, right?
Right. There was a fingerprint here. Or a handprint, sorry.
There's both.
Okay. Want to try using this?
No, actually, I don't think it's related. There go her eyes sparkling again. Yes, check for prints, like, obviously.
Oh, but Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. Couldn't you do this before?
What?
The area with the blood was wiped away, right?
We only ended up finding it through chemical means.
Any prints in the area will have been wiped away too.
Oh. Right. So that means no prints.
No bitches, but no prints? Would
No
you say
fingerprints?
would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high?
Wow. Yeah, that's it.
Wow!
That's me.
Yeah. Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. We gotta search all of the evidence room.
Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand.
Ah.
What about the missing fingers here?
Oh.
Aha! God, I'm a genius. Chat,
That's a
how am I so smart and so handsome at the same time? Answer me that. It's simply astounding. Alright, let's see.
Who might it be? No. No.
I guess I don't know why it would be Emma or Lana. It's
Marsh-
Jake's. Why are Marshall's is this Marshall's locker?
I guess, but why is it a blood print?
Yeah.
Match found.
Hey, these fingerprints, they...
Who's are they? Who's? Is it someone I know?
It's Officer Marshall.
Officer Jake Marshall?
Marshall's fingerprints added to the court record.
That's gotta be a coincidence. He's not involved in the crime.
Emma!
I wouldn't be so sure, Emma.
This is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a white blood stain.
But would Officer Marshall...
Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence.
I don't believe it. To be continued.
And that one is real, because it has been 2 hours, and we have...
Really?
Let's see. Actually. Oh my god. Okay. So, it has been 2 hours. A total of 4 hours, almost 2.5 hours. A total of 4.5 hours, and we are only now onto day 3, which I hope and pray with all of my heart is the last day. However, knowing how the last case went, it isn't. So, chat and Witchy, I'm going to ask you, do we move on and go to the first half of the trial of day 3, or do we call it a night? Because I could totally go through the rest of this trial. Or I could totally begin day 3. Or we could wait till next week and gun it all the way through day 3 in one shot next week.
All the way. I don't really know. I mean, if you're not tired, we could do a little bit.
It says trial former, so hopefully it'll just be one witness, and then we can, like, partway through the trial, we can move on. We're up for either, but are getting a little ready for dinner. Well, chat, there's 3 of you. So, it's alright. I don't eat food. I simply photosynthesize. I feed off the radiation from my monitor.
But you have to eat.
Yeah, I know. I've got some food sitting next to me. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the trial former, and we'll see.
If you're so sure.
We'll see how long it takes. If it takes too long, then we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it won't be too rough.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think we're fucked.
I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
So, how did it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
Plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
Lana! Don't tell me you...
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. This guy. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright.
Why does she act like that? We're trying to defend her.
She's fucking weird, I don't know. I got a big stretch. Oh, fuck. I've been sitting for way too long. I'm gonna stand up and stretch, actually.
Grandpa.
Shut up! I'm a gamer! I spent too long at my desk. That's not an old man thing.
Okay, Grandpa Gamer.
The Grandpa Gamer's here in this courtroom. He's the judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police station for the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. Yeah, but that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edwards' car.
Yes, you see, I'm a wizard. Wow, this is one messed up trial. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edwards apart. He sounds so on top of things.
Not like you, Phoenix. You sound like you're constantly about to die.
Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
Honestly, it'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well, let the trial resume. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna need to crack open something for this one. This is gonna be a fucking nightmare. Alright, Mr. Wright, let's see what kind of bullshit you can pull this time.
Now that's gonna be interesting.
Oh! Yeah! Fuck, that was stronger than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, I just opened up a ginger beer that is a lot spicier than I expected it to be. It's really good, but oh my god, I was not ready for that. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Holy shit. Mr. Edwards, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. Before its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. Oh no. The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer? Don't
Wait.
tell me. Oh boy.
Meekins.
These are getting wild from the get-go.
No.
Fuck, it's
No.
Meekins! God damn it!
Wait, Jay, are your sound effects are still turned off?
Now they are.
Nice.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir! I'm Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is... Oh, jeez, that would be murderer, sir! No. Hey! So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Well... guilty! Sir, it was me, sir! I'm the one who did it! I will never kill anyone again, sir! You've got to believe me, sir! Actually, what we'd like to hear from you is, sir, I believe I'm what you call what part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edwards, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, our part of the generation must be told what to do, sir.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things I can fault him for. Okay. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, and then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. He hit me with a trout, sir. It was embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Whether the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you? Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
You are a
Yes, sir.
disgrace to your family.
He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. This guy's kind of a bitch. What I need here is more info to work with.
Good luck, Phoenix.
Let's just pressure him. Just press him. If we can't get some shit out of him. Oh, that's probably what we'll do. It's time to guard the evidence room for the day. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir! Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir! The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around, and I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? There's a suspicious man, security screen, and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is! I found it! This one right here. Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's 4989596. That's my number, sir.
This number, it doubles in the list.
But the number 4989596 is shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time was when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time was when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time then? Yes, sir. That was when I spotted the man on the security screen. I hate doing this guy's voice.
But you have to.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I have to. It's okay. If someone else joins the call, we'll bully them into doing Meekins until I end the stream.
I sure hope someone will join us soon because
Just at everyone. Go into the Rose Friend channel and at people so they can be Mike Meekins.
please.
That's a joke. Don't. I mean, I'm not against you shouting at people to join the call because it's just been me, and I don't think people listen to me. But I don't think I'm gonna make him do I don't think I'm gonna make him do Meekins. That was a knife, sir. A knife.
No one likes Meekins.
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? I mean, I also want to pull a knife on you, but like, that's because I have to listen to you talk. Well, with him charging at me like that, he looked as surprised as I was. You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Oh, no one likes Meekins. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
Maybe if you just kept your cool head, maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be.
Oh, when I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar, and I bit into him. I bit his neck. What exactly do you mean you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around to perform a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes, like a man. See. He must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! I'd also like to do that. Can I punch Meekins? After that, I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake.
You've been cool, Phoenix.
About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious! Oh, right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
Judge hates Meekins.
Judge is just super, like, pleased by the idea of Meekins in pain. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? Jeez. Oh, well, with regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. The chief delivered it? What is it? A videotape? Yes, sir, that's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. When does this game take place? Hold on. When
2000
does
and...
Ace Attorney... When does Ace Attorney take place? What the fuck? There's different timelines?
What?
Well,
I guess
there's a bunch of timeline confusion. No birthday principle. What the fuck?
There's
Hold
the
on.
Wait, I'm gonna Google it too.
In the... hold on. Phoenix Wright... Okay, fucking wait. When does... Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney takes place in No. Phoenix Wright is 2016. This game takes place in 2016 and they're using VHS tapes.
2016?
Yeah, 2016 to 2017 is when this game takes place. And so that means this particular case takes place in 2017. And they're using a VHS tape. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
Please tell me. Tell them what computer
What?
it is.
But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told that it had been mistakenly erased. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. God, you are such a bitch.
Judge, could you repeat this word a few more times, please? A murder.
Murder, 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 murder. The video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
Oh my god. Oh, it's a blue badger!
The blue badger was the murderer.
Why is the camera moving so weird?
Yo, this is... Yo, new Five Nights at Freddy's game?
This... this 3D model.
That was rough. That was a rough model enemy. Oh no.
Oh, just great, great.
Oh my god, he's even more atrocious to look at in 3D.
Meekins, you ruined everything! Oh!
So it was definitely self-defense. Like, 100% self-defense.
Gets punched in the face and called it self-defense.
It like pans back over and the blue badger's covered in blood. It's just gone. Yeah, well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. This is fucking stupid. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
2016! The cameras suck!
Yeah. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal defense department, sir! It's the Blue Badger, sir! Okay, I'm gonna turn... Meekins, I'm turning sound effects back on. Keep the fucking megaphone away. Because this is creepy, without music.
Are you sure this is a great idea?
True video after the court record. Yes, well, anyway, today's tape seems to prove the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meekins? I mean, from what we could see, a self-defense case could be made pretty easily for Meekins. Like, he definitely attacked first, and then kept attacking. So, like, as much as I don't like Meekins, he did have a right to defend himself. Yes, sir! As you wish, sir! Okay, new testimony. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. No, but there's no question that the other prosecutor was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which requires Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do so. The locker he opened was unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. Fucking goddamn it, Meekins, I hate you. I hate you, my least favorite. I'll end you. I'll wring your stupid fucking chicken neck. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. That's just about a fingerprint. Each detective has been given a locker, equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. Intriguing! That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. So I think the big problem is that this. Because Goodman was being murdered, if Starr's testimony is to be believed, and if other witness accounts are to be believed, Goodman was busy going to the garage to be murdered. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir.
Jake, could you please punch this fucker in the face?
Your Honor, can we give this man the death penalty? I'd be willing to carry out the sentence right now. With my hands. Or like a brick. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir! Stop! Stop doing that. Stop. Why? Why is that in this game? My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. Yes, that is, unless the defense can find a problem with it.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Is there a problem with the security video?
There is a problem.
Can we watch the video? We can. So we don't see Goodman's face there. Wait a second. Wait.
Love.
Wait. Hold on. Look at the light. Goodman's locker was already open.
Oh.
It was open before he even got there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a problem. Regarding the video contained on this tape, there's one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange? Contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Mr. Edgeworth, I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video. He would want me to point it out. I mean, yeah. Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us the contradiction you speak of. I have to point out the problem in the video? Yeah.
Yes, Phoenix.
This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. I will set up so you can fast forward, rewind, and pause the video.
Wow. High tech.
Wow, high tech. The game takes place in 2016.
Actually, this case takes place in 2017.
No one cares. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
I think the problem is that it's even later, it's even further into the future, so the VHS tape makes even less sense. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? This guy makes less sense on the police force than Gumshoe. There's the contradiction that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman. I don't like this thing. Right here.
Escape. Pause. Pause.
Why does the music keep playing? Right here. The locker's already open. The thing that's so strange about this video has gotta be this. Officer Meekins? Sir! Do you mean me, sir? No.
Unfortunately, yes.
The other Officer Meekins, you dolt. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this.
Why is this music keeps playing?
When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match... Fuck. The light turns on and the lock is released. What is it with this case and terrible sounds? According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture.
Please stop the music!
Stop playing the music.
Right. Say about the locker. Tell them about the locker. Please, I can't stand this anymore.
Please stop playing the video. I'm gonna hear this music when I go to bed tonight. No, why? Just stop at the first part. Phoenix.
He does moonwalk.
Here, notice the light. Yo, what's this? It's already lit. Oh, thank God, the music's gone. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order! Now, what's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked. It's in the name of the thing. Oh, I know, it must have broken down, like my colon. Of course, I'm not an expert in this. But that's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Oh well, it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Or should you keep your mouth shut? Your Honor? Yes, why wasn't the locker locked? Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exact. Wait a minute, hold on. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry, chat, I have to play the video again. But.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off my headphones.
Oh, the music's not playing. The music's not playing.
Thank God.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Still can't fast forward, and we still have to stare at the blue badger, though, which is not as great.
Mm.
So he walks up. Walks up to the locker. There, that glove. Maybe that glove was holding it open? Like it was in between the lock and the wall?
Wait, we still have a glove in our evidence. Probably.
Rubber
Yes,
glove.
there it is.
Yeah. It probably would hold the locker open. So there it is.
Uh-huh.
What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Shut up, Wright. Huh? Oh, maybe something just like jammed the system's sensor?
Like a rubber glove. Something jammed the sensor. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage. Please don't tell me we're gonna watch this again.
Ah!
I say.
I'm gonna hear this song in my nightmares. Okay, fast forward. No, the music keeps playing when you fast forward.
Oh, there it is.
Oh shit.
See the glove? Can't you see the glove, Judge?
There. No, present.
Present. Arf. Oh, thank God.
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Why does it not play the music when we're just showing it, but why, when we have to review it, it plays the fucking song? That song makes me want to hurt things.
The song makes me want to murder people.
And something white fell out of the locker. Robin, sir! Sorry.
It's been my experience that things fall out of the doors that are open.
Wow. Somehow a less aggravating voice to listen to than mine. Way to go.
Thanks.
I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my... We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. I know, what do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? Do-do-do, da-do, da-da-dun, da-dun, da-da-dun, da-dun. Just fucking, I hate it. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Who let you drive?
Who let you become a policeman?
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit the door. Not only that, but it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator. Yeah, an insulator! But at the crime scene, there just might have been something that fits the description. No, but sir, by insulator you don't mean... I think I finally got this figured out. Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was the insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It's the glove, because it's made of rubber. It's extremely thin and it's made of rubber. I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove. Yeah, but we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. Bitch, it has the tag. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? Sir! It would appear so, sir! Order! 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 So we are to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman. Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. What?
One more testimony.
Officer Meekins, please testify about this. Sir! Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir. Is this a joke? Nope, Meekins is a real character, Phoenix. Very well, begin your testimony. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his ID card. An ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Wait a minute. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim. Yes, before the crime, yes, without that victim ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
I don't know, violence against police officers is kind of funny. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let's move on to the cross-examination. So, wait. At the time of the crime... Goodman didn't have his ID. Because... it was in the parking garage. We found it in the parking garage. And also, we have a lost item report here.
Can we take a closer look at that?
Yeah, the ID card. Bruce Goodman. Look, he even got his ID number. He got his ID number wrong. How could he have fucked that up if he didn't have his... If he had his ID card, how could he get the number wrong? He could have just looked at it.
So... yeah.
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir! I don't think you're good at anything.
You did said the same thing.
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. Yeah, that makes sense! When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Last item report, it's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Order! 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 Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. I am free on Friday if you'd like to go to that restaurant. So actually two things. One is a lot more relevant to the case. Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, The man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker room in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murderer in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. That is... well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't going to end well. No, it won't. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Oh, crap. We just proved that Goodman was in the parking garage to get murdered. Oh, God damn it, Edgeworth. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means the murder did not take place in the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah!
Oh my god.
Yeah, we totally just fucked ourselves. We just proved that Bruce
Emma, I'm so sorry.
Fuck. Phoenix, I think we're stupid. It was all a trap from the beginning.
Mia, we need your help.
Mia, if you're gonna show up now... He, like, turns over, it's like, Maya, if you're gonna summon your sister, it's like, who's Maya? Oh, shit. You didn't have any lawyer big sisters, did you? I had one, but she was a prosecutor, and also the one on trial. Shit.
She's about to go to prison.
The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly is the victim Officer Meekins encountered? Where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
What do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Oh, wait. This almost worked for Edgeworth once. I'll object and come up with something on the fly. Objection! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Yes, we've established that.
But... just disappeared. How is that possible?
Yeah, he disappeared without going by the camera again.
Huh?
He didn't go by the camera on the way out. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court will examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. The defense can call witnesses, too. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright, do you mean...
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh, who do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Very well then, Mr. Wright, the person you would have testify. What is his or her name?
Oh.
Everyone's favorite six-shooting Texas man, Dick Gumshoe. No, definitely Marshall.
Shit.
Yeah, we're definitely getting Marshall. Also, hold on.
What?
In profiles. A patrolman investigating the incident at the prosecutor's office thinks he's a cowboy. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is now in recess. And also... Oh shit, you're still talking. February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're not the one who knows everything.
You're the one who knows everything.
Yeah.
Emma.
You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Oh my fucking god, Lana, you are not doing
Really?
this.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Thank you, Gumshoe. The vibes were becoming atrocious. We needed Gumshoe.
Thank you, Dick.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
No.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
What? Thank you, Phoenix.
You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And top it all off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey! I didn't see it, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you wrote what I asked? You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name in making my request. My name?
Yamcha was just doing the Santa noises, like ho ho ho.
Oh. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. SL9 incident?
Lana, that's...
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. Can't believe you're the chief prosecutor or a witness in that case. This guy was a witness? Joe Dark killings solved 2 years ago. SL9 incident files received from Lana Sky. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Some A+ advice, Gumshoe. Oh, what? Now that I brought you your stuff, you're just going to ignore me? Emma? But why is you... What? What?
What?
Hold on, maybe I should read these. Perpetrator Joe Dark, crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Victims Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall. Neil Marshall?
Neil Marshall? Is he...
Related to him? Related to Jake? Head prosecutor Miles Edgeworth witnesses Lana and Emma Sky.
Wait.
They were both witnesses. Investigators Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigators Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. Emma was a witness. And Jake Marshall's family was one of the victims.
Oh. That's why he was an investigator. What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana! This is SL9 incident! Is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world know it as the Joe Dock killings.
The... Joe Dock... No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Oh, she's dead. Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence. Knowing you, you might just be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Better take a good look at this file. And for real this time, to be continued. It has been 3 hours, and we are at the second half, or rather, I hope and pray that we are in the last third of day 3.
Yeah, we gotta hope for that.
But I think we'll do that next week.
Yeah, we're gonna do that next weekend, I hope.
Yes. So, Wednesday, 5 p.m. EST, or 8 p.m. EST, we will be continuing Yakuza Kiwami 2. Actually, I don't know if I have the VOD up for that yet. I should probably do that. But Saturday, 5 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. Next week, same time as always, we will be continuing the final case of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Witchy, as always, it is so lovely to have you. Thank you for joining me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you, Chad.
Yes, thank you, chat. Thank you for coming by. This case just keeps going. But we're gonna
never ends.
We'll get through it together. I will see you all next time. Thanks so much for the voicing.
Everyone.
Yes. Chat, let's get a round of applause for having Witchy here because my Emma would have been atrocious. Alright. See you guys next time.
See ya. Bye.